know, they say the most important decision of your entire life is dun, 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 dun,
planning your wedding.
Planning your wedding. Not just talking about the planning, like the venues or the flower arrangements, but what you need to think about in terms of the marriage test.
Yeah, that's right, Olivia. There are many more things that are more important than the wedding itself. We are talking about planning ahead and making sure maybe you need to get some free counseling. So we are talking with the couple behind Unbreakable Marriage when we come back, and they're going to be giving us some tips. So, Scotty, this one's for you when we come back.
Oh, into the chapel and we're gonna get mad.
When two people say I do, they're putting their lives in each other's hands entirely. Anything less than that is doomed to failure. Now, the last test you have to pass before I certify you ready for marriage is the communication test, which is very important.
So maybe driving blindfolded while your partner gives you direction might not be the best way to test your communication skills as a couple, but one way to do so is perhaps pre-marital counseling. In fact, many believe counseling before marriage can actually help improve your relationship and strengthen your marriage as a whole.
And so this morning we have two people who support that. Derek and Debra Williamson are here. They are marriage specialists and the founders of Unbreakable Marriage Ministries. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Thank you so much.
You know, as we were just talking about the difference in married life versus single life, it's something that a single person thinks they may, oh, I'm ready for it, but it's a whole nother world.
It's a whole, the dynamic changes. When you say I do is a game changer, because you go from being in the single state and then you have to transition into marriage. And so a lot of people take the same behaviors that they had as a single person and they move those right into marriage, and then that's when everything starts to implode.
As a single person, you don't ask, you don't tell, you just do it. You're by yourself. You don't have to get permission. I tell guys I'll have to get my permission card signed before I can answer that question.
He knows about that with his wife.
Yeah. But right. You know, it's important to get that communication out there and have somebody to direct you, so you know maybe not what you're facing right now, but further down the
road. And believe it or not, people believe that if you have problems in your relationship, some people are under the illusion that marriage is going to solve that problem, but marriage is only going to give that problem a license. And so what we try to do is three things. We try to prepare, we want to prevent, and we want to make sure that couples have a purpose, because you should get married for more than just because you fell in love. Your marriage should stand for something. Your marriage should have a vision and a mission. You know, what do you want your marriage to tell the people around you? What do you want it to tell your children? You know, what kind of legacy are you trying to create with your marriage?
Such a great thing you guys point out, because the 3 Ps, as you guys call them, you know, we don't think about those things. Maybe we do in our head, but we never, very rarely have that conversation with our significant other before we say I do.
So we call it, you know, marriage insurance. You get the preparation, you come sit down with us, talk about it, because everyone thinks about the event. Ooh, the flowers, the bride, and all those types of things, the dress, and so you're on the other side of the event. Now you're married. You're back from the honeymoon. Okay, now what?
And then then you wake up the next morning, you roll over and you realize that I married Dracula. And then it's like, okay, all right, what did I just do here? So we really believe in preparation, because preparation is key. It's essential. People need to know what they're getting into before they get into it. If you think about 15 and 16-year-olds, before they get their permit and their driver's license, they got to be prepared before they can get a license to drive on the road. So we should put the same level of effort for this lifelong event that we're about, not event, but the lifelong process that we're going to be entering into.
The journey.
That's right, the journey.
I think for a man, you go into that thing, you go, oh, you kind of dread it, but you get in there and you realize that it does open up the lines of communication.
It does, it does. And then we teach couples too how to fight fairly. You know, because oftentimes, you know, when your emotions are running high, you tend to anger produces a lot of unwanted behavior.
Furniture just starts to move around in there.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
Yeah, so we teach couples how to fight fairly. We teach them how to move away from expectation and getting into a place of agreement, because agreement is where their power is going to lie. So we just teach a whole host of things, you know, to prepare, to prevent, because we want to help them divorce-proof their marriage. You want to teach them how to divorce-proof their marriage.
And that's why you guys are holding an event, not this weekend, but the following weekend. This is the 5th annual event where they do a couples retreat. It's going to be happening in Tucson.
Yes.
Unbreakable Marriage. I love that you have this pamphlet that says, got marriage insurance?
Marriage insurance, that's it.
There isn't such a thing, but
That's
there is an event, and folks can, how can they sign up for this?
Well, if you go to our website, onemarriageretreat.com, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is that we're all sold out of rooms.
You can still attend.
But you can still attend the retreat for the minimal cost of $300 per couple, and that gets you all of the retreat activities and the meals and things like that. So you want to sign up, and you want to sign up quickly. I think our deadline is June 14th.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's coming up.
It's coming up.
Thank you very much.
Quickly next time, so you don't have to sleep in your car.
We don't want anybody sleeping in the car.
Or call a relative. You can stay with them.
Right, yeah.
Thank you so much, Derek, and you guys are great.
Great.
Thank you so much for having us.
We appreciate it.
And if you pay attention, you won't be sleeping on the couch either, right?